Hello and welcome back to Jenna Gets Creative. Today I am going to be reviewing Lobizona by Romina Garber, and before we get into it, I'd like to tell you about the giveaways I have coming up. I will also be linking my blog post review down below if you'd rather read it or if you want to grab the additional information about the book and the purchase links. The first giveaway I have coming up is the Let's Get Jenna Monetized giveaway. Once this channel finally has the cumulative watch hours for monetization, I will be holding a giveaway where if you are subscribed, if you are 14 plus, you can enter to win a choice of prize packs, all of which include a small original artwork by me. Your choices for the prize pack are the art supplies I've been setting aside for a giveaway like this, the duplicate fantasy genre books on my shelf, or a custom book depository order. The second giveaway coming up is the Let's Get Jenna to 2K giveaway. That one will happen once this channel has sustained 2,000 subscribers for a few days, just in case numbers change. Once that one opens, you will be entering to win either an Amazon gift card or a book depository order. Details for both are in the description down below. All of those prizes except the Amazon gift card will require that you are able and willing to provide your mailing address with me privately if you win. Let's get into the review. So, I know I'm a little late to the party on Lobizona. This was published in August of last year, 2020. I knew about it, I heard about it, I was really interested in it, I didn't get around to it. And then the sequel came up on NetGalley and I was curious, didn't know if I would get approved. I got approved, so I had to read this one. I'm really glad I did. I am sad I didn't get to it sooner. I loved it. This is the story of Manuela Azul. She goes by Manu. She is the daughter of an illegal immigrant Argentine woman. She's also born in Argentina. She's also an illegal Argentine immigrant. Her mother is a nurse, and they are both living with her honorary aunt, somebody who took them in after her mother helped this person. Manu has gold and silver eyes. They don't look normal, they don't look human. So between their undocumented status and the fact that Manu looks different, she's always been instructed to just stay in the apartment, never leave. She's schooled at home, she doesn't go anywhere because she's a secret, because she's illegal, she's undocumented. Something happens, her honorary aunt was attacked, so she calls for an ambulance and leaves with instruction to do so that she's not found. She goes to find her mother, and it just so happens that her mother's working at an illegal clinic and it's getting raided by ICE. So now the only people she has in the world are inaccessible to her because one's at the hospital possibly dying and one is possibly being deported. She runs and somehow ends up at a school for people like her. Because apparently her father's dangerous family are the mythical creatures that she's heard about all her life. These are the characters, the creatures from Argentine folklore. Ladies of this species are witches, men of this species are werewolves. So she joins this school under the false pretense that she's a transfer student. She starts getting to know the ladies, the girls, her roommates, and she hasn't come into her power yet because she's never been able to go to the place that everybody goes to on the full moon. Apparently you have to go there in order to unlock your powers. And while she's there, she comes into her power, she discovers that she's not a witch after all, she's a werewolf. Even though she's a she, even though she's female. She is once again this unprecedented, undocumented being. We also have the issue that hybrids are illegal in this society. She's half human, she's illegal. If they find out that she's half human, they're gonna execute her. Hybrids cannot be allowed to live. So again, we have this high stakes, she's illegal here. I love this story because we get the immigrant own voices element here. The author is an Argentine immigrant. We get this whole trying to fit in thing, we get this whole being afraid to speak out thing. Manu ends up leading this resistance among the students. It's okay to be different type resistance. They're trying to find the man that Manu believes is her father because he led these type of resistances in the previous generation, and then he's been lost. He was hunted down apparently, and nobody knows what happened to him, but this generation believes that he's still alive. They're trying to find him. It's entertaining, it's high stakes, it's fast paced. It has a lot to say about fighting to be who you are no matter what society says about that. And if you don't have a space you belong, make one. If you don't have a community who accepts you, create one. It's a very positive message. What I will say that I didn't like about the book, I don't think it's the author's fault. I don't think it's the book's fault, so I did not decrease my rating for it. This book was published in early August of 2020, which means it was already past all the editing, in the final printing process, ARCs being sent out, when Rowling released her essay. So it was too late to pull Harry Potter references out of this book, regardless of whether or not the author wanted to. I do hope she has pulled them out of the sequel. I will be reporting back on that one, and I will deduct if it's still there. There's a lot of comparing her experience to Harry's experience. There's a lot of comparing this school to Hogwarts. The Harry Potter references come up again and again and again, and it's not saturated with Harry Potter, but it comes up frequent enough to be really noticeable. And it's also in the author's outro, or the author's note at the end of the book. I get it. I too was a millennial teen when Harry Potter was new. It was part of my identity that I was a Potterhead. And I get it, this book was in the final stages of publication when Rowling doubled down and revealed that she has terrible views on human rights. So I get it, it was too late. If you cannot handle reading something with frequent Harry Potter references in it, if you have chosen not to separate artist from art and still enjoy the Harry Potter franchise, or if it's just completely been ruined for you, this book may also be ruined for you. It's a shame that with that timing, the author was not given that opportunity to scrub the references. Like I said, I hope that the references are scrubbed from the sequel, and I will be penalizing it in my review if they are still there. If you're able to forgive those, it's a really good book. It's a really good start to a series. It is YA. There are very teenagery things done, very teenagery things thought in the book. I wouldn't criticize it the same way I would criticize an adult book. I think it's very well written for the age that these characters are. I think it's very well written considering that our main character has lived, I don't want to say a sheltered life, because she's lived a constantly threatened life, but also hasn't been out in public and hasn't gone to school with other people. A very complicated life, let's say. I think that was portrayed very, very well. I am looking forward to reading the rest of the series, provided it's not still full of Harry Potter references. I will note the author's biography everywhere still mentions Hogwarts, so that's not a good sign. As it stands, I do recommend Lobizona. I think everybody should read this one. I love the Argentine folklore infusion into it, and I think it's a really good start to a great YA fantasy series. I will update you when I read book 2. If you're looking for more to watch, I've got some suggestions up on the left side of the screen now. Don't forget to like, comment, maybe even subscribe, and if you like living life creatively, whatever that means to you, I'd love to have you along for the ride. Bye guys!